Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Queen of the South. Today is a summer transfer special as we move from Season 8 into Season 9, and we're fixing this summer. I am upset, angry even, that we conceded our league title to Rangers. We have to qualify for the Champions League now as well, so we're going to have less time in the summer transfer window before we have to start playing competitive games. So it's going to be an interesting summer, and to make matters a little bit more interesting, we've got essentially, but the standards we've become used to, no money to work with. A transfer budget of 7.7 million, and wages, we're already committed to spending 340 grand a week, 1,000 I should say, next season, and we've got a wage budget of somewhere between, basically we've got an extra 10 grand if we're lucky to spend on wages. So the only good news is we've got 100% of we retain of any sales we make, so that might be the way forward. But this is going to be an interesting summer. It's a very important summer. This is, we can either recapture our lead or we can risk sort of falling back into the hands of Celtic there. So big summer coming up, important summer coming up. Let's get to it. Okay, now before we get too far into the summer, we should probably have a look at what we already know is happening. Now, we know that Ayrton is signing for us permanently, 14 million. Might be some of the reason why we have less to spend this summer. But yeah, so we know is joining us, so we've got right back sorted. And the other player that we know is joining us is this guy, Alexi Almaraz. I know he is a young Mexican midfielder. He is potentially very, very good. Left-footed Mazzella is what we've got him sort of pinned in as. So he will be joining us as well now that he's 18, once the window opens, so the 9th of June. So that we know is happening. There's no outs as of yet that are definitely happening. Now, of course, the issue we're going to have, if we go and have a look at, it's probably difficult now, they're all on holiday. We've got a lot of players that are wanted by other clubs. Some of these players I'd be willing to sell. There's others, such as Ong, who's wanted by the likes of Real Madrid, I would be less happy to sell. But this is going to be the big problem this summer, is keeping the players that we want to keep. Like I said, we might need to sell one or two to finance some new arrivals, but as you can see there is just so many of our better players that are wanted by other clubs. So that's going to be the problem we have. Hopefully, it's a problem that we're going to be able to overcome. But one problem that it might still be a problem yet, but the board want to build a new stadium. I've only been asking for how many seasons now. They spent the money to expand it. 2 games later, we want to build a new stadium. So it says here, the board, however, pointed out this will not be a smooth process, and it'll be some time before any plans can be finalized and put into action. But there is plans afoot to build a new stadium. Now, unfortunately, we're not quite at the point yet where it's going to be the Aussie Villain Arena, which is annoying. If we're playing at the Stephen Dobbie Stadium, I'm going to quit. Can you imagine? Anyway, so yeah, that's in the works. Hopefully, it'll go relatively smoothly. But yeah, we're going to have a new stadium at some point. Okay, so we have a league season that is finished and we can wrap up. So St Mirren got relegated through the play-out, so it'll be Dundee United that get promoted with... Who was the other team that's coming up? If we go down to the Scottish Championship and league table. So Hamilton and Dundee, well, they were only 4th in the league. So they'll be the two, that was very close. They'll be the two that are coming up, and it will mean that St Mirren and Wraith Rovers will be the two that are going down. Now that means, of course, we have end of season stuff. Conan Ong was the top goal scorer. In the end, I've got to be honest, it's a little bit of a disappointing return. 31 games, 27 goals. He was going at 2 a game for a while. Now, you didn't necessarily expect that to keep up. But to drop off to less than a goal a game, I think that is disappointing, is it not? McLean has won the Scottish Young Player of the Year, so he's got that to go with. Of course, he won out the club the Club Young Player of the Year as well. McLean has also won the Riders Young Player of the Year. Goal of the season, Tommy Bayliss come in second there. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, go and vote for Goal of the Season. That's from last episode's video down in the description. But yeah, so he was second in there. We'll see if that... I don't even think that was our best goal, if I'm honest. Jaidi has won Manager of the Year. He's nicked that off me, so that's a bit of a pain in the backside. And in Team of the Year, only Conan Ong even. I mean, yes, Rangers won the league last season, but come on. Anyway, so that is that. That's the league season wrapped up, and we can now officially move into the summer. All right, just a quick update here. Ayrton has officially joined us. It is a record transfer for us. It beats the fee we paid for McLean. Now, he's been worth every penny. Ayrton, I'm sure, will do the same thing. And if we go and have a look, he is still a wonder kid. But look at that value, up to 52 million. Is there anybody else that thinks maybe we could just sell him on this summer and make a very nice very nice little profit on him? But very, very happy to have him. I feel like that's right back sorted potentially to the end of the series. He's only 20. So very, very happy with that. Now we can look to try and get some more deals done. Oh, one thing I did do as well, if you remember Cesar Augusto that we had as a centre-back that I sold on with a 50% sell-on, I've sold that clause for just under 2 million. The reason being is that he is, he's listed for loan. He's not really playing at Sheffield United at all, really. So I figured we'll just get something for him rather than have him end his contract and go for nothing. All right, so the transfer window is open. It's June 9. This is not the headline that we wanted on set for Real Madrid. And if they think they're going to get him for 26.5 million, then they are absolutely joking themselves. But this, of course, means that our young Mexican midfielder has joined us. Only a B- rating, according to the fan reaction. But I think he's going to do quite well for us, and lots of good physical. He's just a good player, isn't he? So hopefully he kicks on, and we find ourselves with a very, very good central midfielder. There are players that are around. There's players that I've tried just to see if there's any interest in selling them or buying clubs, I should say. So I think we need to improve defense, don't we? I should say that at the top. I think we definitely need a centre back or two, and we need a left back, because the two loanees, Witham and Van der Molen, they've both gone back to their parent teams. So that's where I'm looking first. But it's never too bad to get it. How much do we pay for him? 600 grand, absolute bargain. All right, a quick update on European competitions. We're at June 15th. I would love to get some signings in, but with such a small budget, I've really got to try and make sure we're getting the right player in. We have had a lot of bids coming in for our players. Ibarra is particularly popular, but he's a model citizen. He's good, and so I really don't want to sell him if I can help it. But the league has dropped down one place, so that's a bit of a shame. We've dropped down to 8th. Eredivisie has gone above us, but it's still a 3.5 reputation star league. And as a club, we've moved up 9 places to 29th in the European ranking, so I don't have to scroll down, but I will so you can see as well. So 19 points. So we are going to be, are we getting rid of points? Yeah, so we're defending 15 points this season. So we need to get at least pretty much what we did this season to break even. So this is where it starts to get a little bit more difficult for us. But we're inside the top 30. It's supposed to be difficult at this point. So yeah, we need to start consolidating ourselves, not just as a group stage team, but as a sort of team that can get out of the group as well, to stay in the top 30, or at least parachute down into the Europa League, or hopefully not the Europa Conference League. It might be one of these seasons where maybe it's a blessing in disguise if we, we need the Champions League money, but if we were to parachute down and, go on a bit of a run, it might actually help us. And as far as homegrown players go, we know that Bermudez is there, Walker is as well. We've got a nation-trained player, and I was going to try and sell him. Maybe we can't afford to. I need to have a look at that. Eddie Johnson there as well. McLean is a good one, and there's not too much else there. They're all youth prospects. So I'm going to have to reconsider my thought of selling Andy Irving. But anyway, leave that with me. Hello, Your Highness. Hi, it's Aussie Villain. Look, I've been better, if I'm honest. I have been better. We need to talk about my budget. It's just too small. I can't sign anybody without selling one of my better players. Well, I know if I'd have won the league, you could have given me more, but... Well, it's not like I wasn't trying to win the league. So can I have some more money? Hello? All right, so we have a signing, but this is proving to be very, very difficult indeed. We've had to loan in a centre-back from Arsenal, Pablo Pitaluga, I guess you'd pronounce it, 20-year-old centre-back. We're paying his wages. We're paying a monthly fee as well. This is a player I was looking to sign, actually, before he went to Arsenal. In the end, I didn't actually really go in for him that hard, to be honest. But we've done it now, and I'll show you why. This is what we've got. He is a very good in the air centre-back. He's not too bad position-wise. He can pass the ball. He's actually a ball player as well, which is good. The obvious weakness is tackling and marking. the problem I have is that I don't trust walk-up in the big games anymore. I'm hoping we can trust Peter Luger here. Now, he was on loan. He was at Arsenal last season, only played twice. So he's going out on loan this season. He had previously been playing in Argentina and doing quite well. So hopefully he'll come in and do a good job for us as the partner to Leshy. I'm kind of looking for a partner for him in what would be our first team. But outside of this, I don't know where our next signing is coming from. I've had to move money out of the transfer budget and into wages. And even then, we're still over budget now. We're going to have to sell somebody, I think, and that's basically because we need a left back. We only have the one left back. We can't loan anybody in because we have to pay the wages. Yes, I probably should have loaned a left back instead of a centre back because that was the bigger need. But yeah, it's proving to be a very, very difficult summer. If we have a look at some of the minor things that we've done, a couple of youngsters we've sold, one there to Falkirk, a couple have gone out on loan, but these guys aren't ever going to amount to anything, I don't think. The one that we have sent out on loan that hopefully will prove to be a good thing is Carlos Perez, the goalkeeper. I wanted him to go out on loan last season. He's out on loan this season, and hopefully, maybe we could sell him. Anyway, hopefully he'll do a good job. He's going to be in the Championship with Sheffield Wednesday, and hopefully he'll play there and do a decent job. We are at July 5th, so we are running out of time a little bit. Friendlies haven't started yet. We start our season away to Rangers in the league, so that's not great before we have our Champions League playoff game. So, yeah, it's proving to be tricky, but we'll stick with it, and hopefully, there's not even any good free transfers, not that we could afford the wages anyway. Look, mate, I'm sorry, I really am. I didn't want to sell you, but I need a left back, so I had no choice. My hands were tied. Why did I sell you? Well, because your name is the hardest one to say. So we have had to sell Ibarra, 21 million. He has gone off to Ajax. Now, it's not all money up front. I'm not happy about it, but I can't say his last name, and although he was good, I think he's a model citizen. I really wanted him to be someone that stuck around the club and we could have had him mentoring other players. I can't, in all good consciousness, just keep him around for, a couple of years' time when he could mentor. And I think he is probably second choice to Bermudez because Bermudez is club trained, as we know, so we need to keep him. So he's second choice anyway, and 21 million is not a terrible fee. We're paying a little bit of his wages, but that's nothing. And we've got a potential sell on there as well. But the good news is that we were able to get someone in to replace him, and it's this guy, I can't say his name either, but at least I can just go with Santos. Now, he was transfer listed at Sporting Lisbon. Yeah, Sporting Lisbon. So we've got him for 3.9 million. It was a little bit extra there, but they were... I don't know. I'm just a little bit frustrated and annoyed. Let's send you on a thing. So anyway, let's have a look at what we've got. He's on 14 grand a week. He's on roughly the same money, but obviously we've made a big profit on the fees. He is a very similar sort of player to Ibarra. He's got decent passing and vision still, decent dribbling. His jumping reach isn't great, but he's a similar kind of player. In some ways he's better, in some ways maybe not. If we were to go and compare them, the new guy, Santos in the green, Ibarra in the blue, you can see there that they are kind of similar. Ibarra was a better player aerially, but that's really the only place where they're massively different. So yeah, hopefully Santos will come in and prove to be a decent backup. He will definitely be the backup behind Bermudez now, and it'll give us money. We can go and look to sign a left back, which we desperately need. We've got 12 million or 13 million to spend, and we're at the wage budget, but we can play around. Hopefully I'll be able to get. I think I know who I want to get, and we should be able to get them for less than that. So yeah, not ideal, but Ibarra's left and Santos has come in. Okay, we are still looking for a left back because I've been screwed over. Actually, I'm going to show you this guy. So Jan Hansen had a 10 million release fee. We triggered it. We agreed a contract with him, and then he went and signed again for FC Copenhagen for less money. So that, needless to say, has annoyed me. Very, very highly rated by the scouts, and so we are desperately searching now for a left back, and I don't know where it's going to come from. Davenport's going to be our backup left back the way it's going, because I can't get anybody in. But anyway, that's beside the point. We have a Champions League third qualifying round draw. We have been seeded for the draw along with Sporting, Dynamo Kiev and Basel, which means we will be facing, well, let's have a look and see who we'll be facing. That's going to be easier than going through it, isn't it? Whoever we get here, famous last words, we should be able to beat, I would imagine. Sporting are going to get Fenerbahce. That's, I mean, on paper, a bit of a tough one. Basel will get that one. So that means we have FC Utrecht. Now, we have played them before, haven't we? I would bet money that we have, past meetings, played them before in a friendly. So no, we haven't played them before. Who? I'm sure it was a game and we beat FC Utrecht. Maybe it was with Welders last year. Anyway, that's going to be our third qualifying round. Is that a one-off game, or is that, it's 2 legs, isn't it? So away first leg, at home second leg. You can see some friendlies there, some decent results, and that should be winnable, I would hope. But anyway, the search for left back goes on. Okay, we have reached the first day of the Premiership season, and unfortunately, the inevitable has happened. We've had a bid come in for Ong from Leicester City, which surprises me a little bit, but he's kicked off, and, well, we've had to make a promise, and that promise, if we go and have a look at promises, is that if there is a bid of 36 million received, then we will have to sell him. Now, there's 29 days left, obviously. I'm assuming that's left in the window. My plan very much is 36 million plus 50% sell on. The good news is that there are less clubs interested now. Now, what is almost certainly going to happen isn't that deadline day, someone's going to come in. We're having a look around trying to find other players so that we have a striker to come in if he was to leave. So I am trying to make sort of a plan B on that sense, so we're not left really short up front. But yeah, not ideal. Not ideal at all. And left back, we have made progress. We haven't actually signed anybody yet, but I think we've got somebody. But I thought that before, and then he went and signed again a new contract with FC friggin' Copenhagen. But anyway, I'm not going to be bitter about it. Let's have a look at what we've got, though. And this is it. Now, we will play some games like this. We will play some game with the Mazzellas. I think I'm going to be alternating a little bit more than I have been previous seasons. So the strikers right now, Conan Ong, I will get there eventually, goes as with the main man. Eddie Johnson is still, I thought he did well when he played last year. Johnny Angus, of course, is a good player for us. And as well, as is Clockerty still he's not even that highly rated. He's a little bit older now, but anyway, he's still around if we need him. If we drop back a little bit, the 2 number 10s that we have, obviously players can move. This isn't just where they'll play, but Omar Bermudez and, of course, the new boy Santos, the 2 that will mainly share that role. Wide players left, either cutting in or as out-and-out wingers. We've got Alan McLean. We've got Gary Turpie, who is developing nicely. We've got Allmark. I'm tempted to loan him out. There was a loan bid come in from Partick Thistle, but Partick Thistle's only a semi-pro club, so if we're going to loan him out, I want him training full-time. Otherwise, we'll just try and give him cup games and things like that. Over on the other side, of course, there is Duque, who was brilliant for us last season, and a couple of others that can fill in out there if needed, quite comfortably, Angus and Johnson. If we drop back a little bit further into midfield, Gilchrist is still around. I would dearly like to sell him, if I'm honest. He doesn't really have a role to play in this team, and he's more a fullback if anything else, so maybe we'll pretend he's not there. One of the new boys, Almaraz, he is around. He will be a big part of anything we do this season, hopefully. Andy Irving is still around, only really because he can be registered in the European squad, and he's not bad. I just think we could maybe move past him. Tommy Bayless, he's 30. He signed a contract extension. I never want to let him go. I want him to be here. I want him to retire at the club, become our assistant manager, and just never leave. Razayev, he signed a new deal as well, 5 years. I really like Razayev. I just like him. I found him. He's like a random player that we found. He's only on, you can see, $2,000 a week, so he's just reliable. I don't think he's ever let us down, has he? Mashagi, he's around. He will be a good player for us this season. Bruno's Bruno. Hopefully he will go strength to strength this season. Santos can play back here. And Davenport is still around as well. Predominantly, I think we'll see him as a left back, though, this season. Well, he can play midfield as well. The centre-backs. Leshy is he's just looking very, very good right now. So that's excellent. Didn't mean to do that. We've got if we go back, Bernard, he signed an extension only because I didn't really want to lose him for nothing. His contract's up the end of this coming season, so we'll see what happens with him. He's okay for the league, but we are moving past him. Nicholson, this may prove to be £1 million that I wasted, but he's still young-ish, so we'll see what happens there. Walker, he's around. He's still club captain. I think he signed an extension as well. Just got rid of a release fee, though in hindsight I would have been happy to trigger a 19 million release fee, so I probably should have just left it there. But anyway, he wanted a new contract as well. Anyway, so that's right. That's why I did it. One of the new boys, Peter Luger. Let's hope he has a good year for us. We're going to need him. Mashagi can play back here, but as we've established before, positioning, a few things there don't quite work out there. And Ianu. I mean, we signed him, or I signed him to be sort of the backup right back, but he's becoming a very important centre back for us, if I'm honest. Over at right back, Ayrton, who's officially a Queen of the South player now, he will be the main man. Gilchrist can play over here, and he does do quite well, to be fair, when he does play over there. He's just maybe a little bit limited, and we just saw Ianu. He can come over there as well. Over on the left, there's Varela. He signed an extension, basically, because I was terrified to not have him sign an extension in case he left and we had nobody. Davenport is a decent enough left back. He's left-footed. He can play there. He's been playing there in pre-season, doing fine. And then hopefully there'll be at least one more body to come in there. And then goalkeeper, we've got Bursic, who was good for us last year. Hopefully that will continue. And we've got Trafford as the backup. Perez, of course, has gone out on loan. We have a couple of youngsters at the club, so if someone needs to come in to sit on the bench, then we have one or two options that can do that. So that is as we stand to start the season. Is it the summer window I was hoping for? No. It proved to be a lot more difficult than I was expecting it to be. I think we are, as I said, we should have a left back in next episode, maybe. I think there's a work permit that's going to be decided, assuming they accept I can't remember where we're at. Anyway, it should be happening. I'm tempted just to show you, but I want to wait till it's official because I don't want to jinx it. So we do have a little bit of money. It's going to be a loan if this deal does go through, so there will still be a little bit of money there. The wages are getting a little bit out of hand. So that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. A reminder, there is no episode next week at least because I'm off on holiday with my family again. This is the last one though. No, it's not. Silverstone for the Grand Prix. So almost the last one. So I will see you after that when we get the new season underway. We have a tough start away to Rangers. And then of course, we know we go away to Utrecht as well. So that's all to look forward to. And we've got Ross County in the League Cup. Sorry, Tycoon-owned Ross County in the League Cup. So until next time, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.